Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this episode is a separate one following our previous episode on loan management. So typically I want to cover a specific case where you have your bank account receives currency but converts to your local currency with the realized gain and loss. How should we handle that scenario? How should we record entries in Dynamics? So just as a quick refresher, what we have covered previously is this type of accounting entries. Typically, all the entries you book are in MXN, meaning the bank also receives Mexican pesos and they do not convert to USD automatically, or you want the system to convert and also revalue that bank account on a regular basis. So now in this episode, we want to talk about a different scenario. So I have highlighted all the changes in red. So overall, the accounting entry booking side, everything remains the same. But the changes are when you book the initial loan, every time when your bank gets involved, actually your bank receives MXN and then they automatically converts to USD at the rate of that day used by the bank, right? And that rate may be different than the rate you are booking in Dynamics. So that means when the bank converts to USD, at that time, they have already generated a gain and loss, and those are realized, meaning those are set in stone. There's no floating or revaluation needed. Okay, let's take an example. Let's take the last step when you receive the loan from Mexico subsidiary. So let's say they pay you 500K, but actually, when that money gets in your bank, it lands as MXN. And then the bank automatically converts it to USD at that rate of the day. All right. At the same time, since the bank already converted, it becomes a realized gain and loss. So no revaluation needed. And that also means you will need to record those bank related entries in USD. So let's take the first entry. This is your final journal booking, how it should look like in Dynamics. If first you ignore this line, so typically you just book loan receivable versus bank. But now since your bank happens in USD, so that gives you 80,000. But actually your journal, if you recall like this, is not going to be balanced because one is in MXN, one is in USD, and you do have the conversion difference, right? So that's when you will need to book manually the third line, which is this realized gain or loss from your bank. So this line is also in USD, and that way your total journal will be balanced. If you're not sure about the numbers, so basically this line for your bank account, this number should match the USD converted amount from your bank statement. And this realized gain and loss, this should also be part of your bank document. And this part realized gain or loss, this line should be manually booked to capture that realized gain and loss from the bank side. Okay, and then now I'm going to show you in Dynamics. So it's basically the same thing when you book the entry. We just need to make sure the currency is captured correctly, and I'm going to share a quick tips. So again, I have prepared another journal. Let's open this up. Okay, so now you see I have 3 lines instead of 2 from previous video. Date doesn't change. And my first account is going to be my loan receivable, and it doesn't change anything. It's still booked as 1.8 million in MXN. So if I scroll to the right, you see the currency. However, for my 2 other lines, they are recorded as USD because my bank already converted, right? And the second line here, you see, this is my bank receivable. So actually I received 80,000 USD, and the other side, 8,000 is going to be the gain and loss from the realized gain or loss side, right? And from booking perspective, just a quick tip. If I select my loan receivable account, which is in MSN, you can see down below this reporting currency, it gives me the converted US number, right, based on the rate. So now I can see, okay, for this loan receivable, I'm expected to receive 86,538. And the actual bank has converted to 80,000. That means that's actually a loss. I'm supposed to receive more, but my bank actually receives 80 only. So the difference is recorded as the loss of realized. account, right? So if I scroll up, you can see this account booking. Now you have a zero balance. Your journal is total balanced out, and you can post and move forward. All right, so this is going to apply to the first step and the last step when your bank gets involved. And we're talking about this loan scenario, but more generally, in case you have a bank account that converts the currency and the record realize the gain and loss already, then this could be your Dynamics way of booking. Okay, so this is a short and sweet one. Hopefully this helps to clarify. And let me know if you have other scenarios. And I'm also happy to hear out if you have better designs. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.